All right, yeah, man. How was your day so far, man?
Hey, it's pretty blessed, man. Kicking it with the missus, man. She cooking, indubitably, man. Enduring, man. I was just actually sitting on some charts and things like that. So, uh, you know, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good, man. You
I dig that, man. Look, let me go and bust this intro one time, man. What's up, everybody? This is for the world. Y'all are now
know.
tuned into the Field Chaser podcast.
Hey, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
here we call it the Field Chaser because, in order to scope out that most beautiful version of yourself, you got to chip away the ugly thing called fear. And that's what we do here.
Right.
We'll assist you in that. And one of the ways that we do that is having the right tools. And today we have my homie Jamal here. I call him Jamal Numbers. That's how we first kicked off.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just
yeah. Peace and
eh,
love, brothers. Peace and love, brothers and sisters.
yeah. So with that being said, Jamal's gonna he's gonna show us his screen today, but he's also gonna walk us through just the steps in his journey to be a trader, a day trader as they call them, and some other investments that he's also into, and he's also an artist. He's a very prolific man, if I say so, man. I always have a great conversation with him. So yeah, y'all stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I guess what we're gonna get off into, like you say, I pretty much intraday trade. I'm pretty much a cinematic, that's a market analysis. So I trade in the market. I trade currencies. I really deal with more or less the pairs, gold, precious metals. Uh, I scout. I draw algorithms on the charts. Uh, man, sentimental trader as well. So I pay a lot of attention to the market, market makers, individuals who move the market, mark up, S&P 500, NASDAQ. Um, and man, like he say, we here to get this on with y'all and show y'all a little bit about it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to share the screen, man, and
Hey, real
actually,
quick though, before you do that, so the rundown that you gave right there, those are separate ventures in themselves.
yeah, yeah. As there's different strategic traders uh, that has different formulas to trade in.
Right.
So um, you have those who, what you can call a sentiment analysis is one who trades out the news, at a geopolitical view of things. He pays attention to things that's happening to the market within Europe, let's say Japan, China, and those things that affect the currency that's moving, the GDP, gross domestic products, where you have that affects that. You have the CPI reports. Um, so these are things and then you have a strategy, a technical indicator, uh, technical trader. Sorry about that. And they trade off the technicalities of the market, indicators, moving average. They have things that they trade off of, like uh, ways that they strategically trade. They do algorithms to mark up um, Fibonacci's wave analysis, and those are strategies that you use in the market that'll mark up your candle patterns. So, um, yeah, like you say, those are different trading.
All right. So with that being said, I know you didn't come straight out the womb being a trader, or maybe you did. So so which one was the first one that you really just embraced or just got rolling with?
uh, man, on my first currency pair was, I think, Euro USD. Well, my friends call me Gold Mine, so I trade gold. That was the first one I probably jumped into, but my usual is gold, XAU USD. So
And this is
um,
Forex.
yes, this is for foreign exchange market.
Okay.
So
So that's
yeah,
the first thing that you got into was the Forex.
yes sir, yes sir.
All right, and seeing on Forex, I haven't done it. I've done a little bit actually, a little bit like a few years ago, just to test it out. And what I've noticed with first going from the Forex to right now, I'm on Weeble doing the stocks and the options. That they're both with the candlesticks. So was that the thing that made it easier for you to transition to expand from just doing Forex to now you have some trades that you invested in the options, and you name multiple formats. You did GDP and all of that. Is there some type of similarity or common denominator in all of these factors, these forms of trading?
Very much, very much. Well, they got a composite that they interact with when you trade in one against. So there, you have what you call majors, minors, crosses, indices. Indices would be your S&P 500, your Nasdaq, uh, your dollar, DXY. Those that's indicators of the currency that's going. Not many have them. Um, your majors would be anything really against USD, uh, GDP, Great British Pound, um, and your minors is things like the African rand, the peso, things that's really minorly traded, minor exchange for. So it's 10 times compared to the dollar, the yen, the pound, so things that's apparently not even backed by the gold standard now. So we having a new movement, a new wealth transfer, as you can say right now, to speak on with that. So yeah, man, it's really radical on that in that form. So one thing about gold is you can see the the U.S. dollar. It really concurs, even with Bitcoin. So when you trade them, they're always going to be a versus, gold versus the U.S. dollar, Bitcoin versus the U.S. dollar. Most of those like that, euro versus the Canadian dollar, and one is going to within the foreign exchange market. It's a $5 trillion market a day. So one is always going to be higher than the other one, in which you buy low, sell high. That's the apparent goal, the objective to with your trades. Whether you're in options, you're trading, you're intraday trading, and so forth and so forth.
Okay, so this is a question I have for you since we are speaking on Forex
Mhm.
and you're speaking on gold. I just come across a few posts. I haven't done too much research, but thankfully we have you here. Maybe you can give me some insight that
Okay.
the the gold to US dollar and silver to US dollar exchange rate is zeroed out. Is what I've seen a few times as far as that. Is that along the lines of what you're talking about with the value switch up right now?
Uh, yeah.
Could you explain that what that means?
What a ratio. Uh, so they have what you call a U.S. debt debt clock, and it can show you the information of what is the gold to the dollar ratio, the silver to the dollar ratio. Now, your ratio would show what is supposed to be the price of the dollar to the gold, to the dollar to silver, and it's really astonishing. I don't think it's really ever at zeroed out, but it is effectively
It
it gets
fluctuates.
there. Yeah, it fluctuates. It fluctuates high. Volatility can come in a snap. It hits fast. You have the Fed's inflation, things, the yield, supply and demand that's affecting the whole market right now, which it's a lot because the cryptocurrency market right now is effectively affecting how um, these ratios, how the comparisons is going right now. The exchange of each other. We're actually in a movement right now where everybody is notably for us this wealth transfer deal that are is we really supposed to be in a digital asset format of a lot of things. And it's really going to change the dynamics of how we buy things altogether. How we actually you got to buy uh, Bitcoin to and deviate with your broker, you know, and that's your median uh, individual to how you buy and sell, and then you put it on your platform, whether that's MetaTrader 4 or Oanda. I'm pretty sure a couple of you guys don't know that much, but yeah. So uh, in that format, you're right. The volatility of it changes drastically in seconds, minutes. You know.
Okay, so obviously it seems that, well, to me it seems that your favorite one is Forex. With with a lot of these things being somewhat that would sound to a newcomer like Chinese algebra. How can you entice? How would you entice someone that is just working a 9 to 5 and kind of just not even investing their money? They're spending what they have, paying their bills, and just spending the rest with for momentary happiness, or just really, I from what I seen from myself, I was really just using money out of ignorance. And once I started to learn about investment and savings accounts and what the benefits of credit can do for you, this is why I've started becoming more of a conscious money holder versus what I was in the past. So, how would you entice someone, or perhaps aid someone to not go through, a young person to not go through the ups and downs of abusing their credit and playing with it, and actually wasting their time, because in order to get money you gotta do something, you gotta trade your time for it. So if you just going to work and then blowing all your money on partying and clothes that don't last, or something that you don't even, the style might change or whatever like that, how do you get those people to, that person to invest, even if it's not forex, if it's just something, show them a way where they can flip that money, and like, hey man, you ain't even got to work all for the rest of your life, or if you do, you don't have to only depend on that job as a source of income. How would you entice somebody into get into one of these fields of trading? How would you make it simple for them?
Um. Well, I think I don't want to uh, be biased to just the whole culture, but we are talking for the culture. So one thing about this is a lot of us within a fragment from our grandparents, our parents, we always understood how to work for money. We never understood how money actually worked. The economy, the economic literacy, the financial literacy of how money really works through the government, through the feds, how printing actually affects the economy, how um, it's drastic to the point of how effective we should have been investors, and this go all the way back into Black Wall Street, and to the point that we had uh, a status within our communities and things of this sort. Now, what I would say is DCA, what that's called is dollar cost averaging. Uh, Learn how to, put within your fragments of bill, separate your financial status, and to see where you want to be, where you want to go. And right now in this market right now, we're really, I don't know to say that we're going to go through a small or large recession. The things that's really to come is undeniably it's here. How fast or how slow it's going to happen, it depends on our politics, the political parties that's really taking parts, and to say that how they know how to handle the market. You got the monetary policy, which, the CPI reports, and that falls up under the labor unemployment, and to see how that's going right now. They have effective numbers to say that it's not as bad as it looked, but it's you can tell we in some drastic times right now. We not paying the same what we used to pay for eggs. So spend wisely right now, man. If you don't need it really right now, just don't do it, man. Uh, settle down right now, man. Until we know how this market is really going to move, because right now it's so indecisive. Uh,
Okay.
nobody knows right now.
All right. So would you say you came from a silver spoon? Would you say that?
Nah, man.
All
Yeah,
right.
I came from the projects for real, man. I came from New Orleans. I was raised in New Orleans projects. Definitely, father was Marines, but he wasn't really around much, man. My mom's was really out there in the street, so I definitely didn't come from no high education, didn't go to no Yale or Harvard, and none of that, man. I self-taught everything. It took me nights on nights to effectively capture this information. And I just seen somebody who was ambitious about it. Man, they were so ambitious about it, and it enthusiastically it drawed me in, and I wanted to learn more effective ways that not to be a victim of the system, not to be caught within, and not to be a statistic. So I effectively chased a dream, and within that dream of trying to pursue things, this came about. And I was like, well, to learn how to be an investor, what is that? Rich Dad, Poor Dad actually was the book that inspired that.
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki, man,
Yes, sir.
was definitely one of those individuals that when I started reading his book and he was talking about the four quadrants, what you're going to be. Either you're going to be an employee, what is it, the ESBI, your employee, the self-employed, you're a business owner, or you're an investor. You know, I was cool with being. I thought like, yeah, I'll be a business owner, but why? Why you don't even have to be a business owner? Because you're still going to be enslaved for somebody. You're still going to be making
Mm-hmm.
somebody else rich. So why not learn the steps to just be an investor? And that's where it comes in to the point where I came into intuitive to this information here. So yeah.
Yeah, righteous, right on. All right, so yeah, yeah, that's prolific, man. Just to make that discernment that because I do enjoy this, like this podcast thing is a business, and yet just to sit back, that investor does have a easier time because that's what my next question is, and the sacrifice to learn this form of income and the things the technicalities behind becoming an investor. It's not just okay, I'm gonna take my dollar or I'm gonna take $50 and put it on this. You got to know what the company, you got to know a lot about what the company is doing, what the market is doing, and so on and so forth. So
Correct. Correct.
that that is a worthy sacrifice to you instead of being an employee, instead of being someone that is kind of doing paycheck to paycheck or out there hustling. Like
Well, correct.
you can take those chances. And
Correct.
yet, even the guys that would say, man, like, man, I ain't for to go to school. I ain't for the that's what smart people and stuff like that. The thing about it is to work smarter and not harder.
Correct.
Because I can speak for myself. I didn't did the trapping thing and all that kind of stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yet
Yeah.
that man, it's a stressful situation versus being in a position where I'm sitting back and looking at some charts. Oh, that's going on today, or seeing something on the news. I'm like, oh, that's what's gonna happen to gold. Let me go make this play. I got $100 on that. I got
Right.
$1,000 on that, and then it just grow from there. So yeah,
Correct.
man, I do concur. I do
Yeah.
concur, man. Being an
Yeah.
investor is less headache and man, you got so much time. How much time a day do you actually have now versus actually having to go work a job or doing things of that sort?
Man, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes time. It takes the market moves on its own movement. So, man, you may be able to take a trade today, and the way that you mark up your chart, man, you might not take another trade for, a week, 2 weeks, a whole nother month. If so the banks, how they trade is uh they trade off the quarter theory, which they trade like every 1,000 points, man. They trade large, weekly and monthly time frames. Uh, I'm still small time, and if you say, man, I ain't racking up like hundreds and thousands, you know what I'm saying? So to the point, I just make effective trades with minor losses. I still have to make stop losses, set stop losses, which big individuals when they set their lot sizes and they really don't worry about leverage. They got enough money, they don't have to worry about that. Me, I still am in the segment of that. Uh, and I make small plays on the side. So I'm looking to make investments in things that's going to actually move. Do I want to get into artificial intelligence? That's a really risky thing. Technology right now is moving. I do think the automated services of things is going to really pop. So yeah, man, it's astonishingly it's to be effective with this, like you say, man, it took sacrifice because I sacrificed so many nights that I would get off of work, come home, I'm still in the charts, I'm still up way late nights, I didn't go to the club, dealing with chasing women. No, man, I don't do that, don't do that. I probably take a vacation, twice a year. uh, so the one thing you said big is really sacrifice, man. To be sacrificial, it's going to take a lot, I took a lot of losses, a lot of L's, still take L's, man. Don't stop like that. It's just I take lesser, you know.
Yeah, and it's not as detrimental as getting locked up or something like that, or uh, getting getting fired or something like that. You can't fire yourself. And
Yeah,
then
right,
it's like you
right.
always in a position
Right,
to be be with your hand on the wheel or on the thermostat of what's going on. So
right.
that's what's been the most attractive thing to me. And while we in it, man, you did speak about the stop loss. That's something that it's really, dude, what I would say that is, from the outside looking in, it does look like a very extremely hard thing to master, or you just have to be lucky. And yet it's not. It's simple application. The hardest thing about it, what I'm reading from all of the people I've been just doing the research on when it comes to trading, is yourself. You manage yourself, manage your emotions on the whole thing, because they do have things like stop losses, they do have charts, they do have companies that do they do, what's the board meetings, they do a call every now and then, something like that. And then
Correct, correct, correct.
you have CNBC, you have so many outlets and sources to where if you are calm and patient and doing your due diligence when it comes to research, this is kind of unstoppable when it
Yeah,
comes to the intention of having some income on a consistent basis and not having to stress about someone else's decision or opinion about how your life should go.
correct, correct. Uh, Man, it's exactly what you say, man. There's a deep psychology to it. And it's don't let it stress you out, man. One thing about it is, like we do, man, like, we in the gym, man, health is wealth. Stay conscious, keep your minds about you. Uh Man, work on your kundalini, man. You have to, it's bigger than just the trades, it's just the money, it's the money side of things, man. It's all about taking care of uh your your chakras, man. We be on that, man.
Yeah,
Taking care of yourself, man. Keep in alignment with everything you got going. Uh, keeping your wits about you. You know, love is loving life, man. And you're gonna have things that come about. Uh, you're gonna have things that come about, man. And it's
yeah, man.
definitely steps. It's definitely steps.
You got
I'm sorry.
man, this is you're having a conversation with a guy that, man, I seen Dark Knight, and when the Joker blew up all when he burnt up all that money, when he stole all the money, he did a successful bank heist, And then the guys are like, okay, they're so happy they want to celebrate the mob bosses and whatnot. And he
Right.
burns his half of the money.
Yeah.
He did all
Yeah.
of that just because he wanted to have fun and stuff like that. So I say that to say, man, that's the type of mentality I have. It's never been about the money for me because this is an experience. You talk about the kundalinis and whatnot, and that's what the spirituality practices bring you to. Is just you are infinite. You may leave this body, but you don't really die. And so reincarnation, all that kind of stuff is like you just playing a game. Life is a game, so you can't take this too
Yeah.
serious. So there you go. All
Yeah.
right.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, excuse that. We'll cut that out.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a snowstorm here, so
Yeah,
y'all have to excuse us.
yeah. The beauty of
Snowstorm kind of.
pre-recorded shows. So man, I was just saying though, man. So I did have that mentality, man, that the system, you become woke and whatnot, and you see the system it was never meant for us, the black man, the so-called black man. And it's like why even play that game is kind of where I was at. I went to go try to do the Morris thing and do the paper route. And look, that can be all fine and dandy, and yet the other side of that, they give you all that mumbo jumbo to also make that a deterrent. So even if you overcome that, all right, he bold, he's smart, he want to be smart. We still ain't gonna play with him. I've seen people do that. So it's like you can get in a courtroom and say you claim this national and all kind of stuff like that. They don't care. So
Correct, correct.
with that being said, you still have to have the funds, man. Life is about having things, man. You know,
Yeah.
like for real. So with that aspect, how you would you want to go about doing it? Like I said, I did the hustling thing and I've done the job things. And I've done investments. I've made investments on just, that's where hustling starts. Hustling is an investment. And
Yeah,
yet,
yeah, right. I mean, the best investors. Don't get me wrong. So we know we both been in the game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'd have been on that block too many nights. And man, too many nights. I couldn't fade that sack. I went home. It was slow nights, man. You know what I'm saying? I stayed on that block, man, the whole week, man, same clothes. You know what I'm saying? Whole week straight, man. I mean, grinding it out.
to no
You know,
avail.
man. You know what I'm
It,
saying? But it's like we was taught wrong that's the whole point about all of this right here. We was taught wrong. We was programmed wrong. When you talk about
led
these people
astray.
put us in the matrix, for real, man, they put us in the matrix. Red pill, blue pill, man, and told you that it wasn't nothing but the red pill was the only success.
I'm
You
from the
know,
mud,
when
so I got to hustle. I got to sell crack and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, man, I
that
told
was
you,
a
you
narrative.
ain't gonna you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
make it, man. It's crazy, astonishingly, we came into the point like we grab our powers back. That's what this is. When you becoming you learning how to invest, you learning about economic literacy, financial literacy. This is what this is, man. This talk right here, man. I hope it reach thousands and millions, to
Yes,
our
sir.
peoples, man. Nothing but love, brothers and sisters, kings and queens. Hey, man, the time is now to reinstate yourself,
And that's
reprogram
yep.
yourself. You know, don't listen to all that. To be a statistic. We never was that. For them to tell us and denounce us, and to tell us that we was lower than the gravel that they walk on. We was destined to be under the dirt and not on top of it. Mother Earth is glorious and treats you every day. The universe has so many divinity. This is designed, man, to help you effectively. You know, and you do what you want, man. You do what you want. If you want to be that, but you don't have to be that to the point. You have to watch your back every day, man. Work on your health. Dr. Sebi, individuals like that, man. Magandhi, they had reasons why they tried to come and show us. Those was divine individuals that was put here to show us the blueprints and to give us uh, the numerality of how life was of how life was supposed to go. Our future destinations. Numerology said we have 9 life cycles that we've been here before. That we have purpose, we have meaning, and it's just time to take control of that. So what this is, what we talking about? Yeah, brother. This is like the healing of the love of tail, man. Look, man, that's that's deep, man.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
And I'm
You
over here
know,
thinking,
I'm
man, about excuse me. Uh I'm over here thinking about what you're saying about the the route, the hustling or the low level route, or really just putting it's a very high risk, low reward situation that you put yourself in. And
correct.
I'm not just talking about being locked up physically. It's it's an unnecessary pressure that you put on yourself. That's what I felt. It's like, man, if I'm looking at these so-called forefathers and ancestors in the light that you should, in a respectful light, I see these people were very intellectual. They were highly proficient at using their creativity to figure things out. It's not necessarily about, oh, I'm Hotep now, I'm gonna wear dashiki. It's more for me, it's like, dog, because really as a kid, like I used to walk, I remember as a kid, I got into an argument with some Spanish kids, and really it was my friends. They were going down on my friends, just getting at them, because they were picking on the brother, her brother, the girl's brother, and she just started. I'm like, I'm trying to stop that, and yet it gets into the word, the exchange, the word exchange and whatnot, and she just started calling us like, black people, y'all always this and all kind of y'all dumb and stuff like just, and I'm sitting back observing and not really trying to play the part of any type of instigation. Yet that
Right,
struck a chord for me when she said like, y'all are dumb, y'all only know this and y'all only know that. I'm like, hold on, like I vividly remember just like, hold on, like, no, we the ones that built the pyramids. We figured this out. We started hieroglyphics. Just started going off on all these things, and it wasn't to show off. It's just like hold on, don't this. I couldn't stand for that moment of being being in a narrative of disrespecting our intelligence, because
correct, correct.
that's what it comes down to when we're talking about, all right, you can try all day on the block and be at this spot and risk the chances of getting locked up and whatnot, but yet you kind of shorten yourself, and you feel that innately
Correct.
when you're going the alternative route of playing the underworld, or even just playing a job. It's like that's why black people, I feel, be late to work all the time, or so-called they have their stigma of being late to work, or might be lazy and stuff like that.
Right,
I don't stand by that. I think there's a lot of people that's just, it's any and everybody that doesn't have a necessary race on it. I think it's a mindset. And yet a lot
correct.
of people that are in poverty, they kind of have that, because a lot of people know in their hearts or intuitively know that they're not meant to be a slave in any
Correct,
type of
correct,
format, any type of
correct,
format. So with that is what a slave is allowing someone else to control your destiny and be a master of your destiny. And that's why some people drop out of school. That's why some people go play the street game and whatnot. And yet you ain't even got to do that. Is
correct.
if you really want to make that sacrifice, because there is a sacrifice that you placing on placing a bet on. Oh, this is gonna be my way. I'm gonna flip a pack to my way. I'm gonna swipe my way to prominence.
Right.
Like those things are taxing on your mental, your emotional game, the your family life, because everybody in your family ain't standing for what you stand for, and even if they,
Man, that
yeah,
part,
so it's
that
like
part.
that, like dog, like you grew up, you want a dope boy your whole life, and everybody in your family want no drug dealers and killers and stuff like that. So it's some people, you got grandmas, you got aunties and stuff like that. Like you shouldn't really give a fuck about anybody's opinion, and yet it's not always other people hating on you. It's what you doing is just not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to be around it.
Correct,
So
correct.
if you really are a blessing, if you really are moving in love and light, kind of make every, it's not being a people pleaser, it's more of just being the one that is the breath of fresh air. I endeavor to be a breath of fresh air, and to not only pick myself up and aid and embed myself into some prosperous, organic, healthy situations. I want to do
Correct.
that for as many other people as possible. So
I say.
yeah, so that's what I'm on. And this is one of the routes. It led me to this, dude. Like you see me in the gym. Like Pac said back in the day, he said, man, they wanna get you early. So by the time you're 30, you ain't working out no more. You ain't got no more fighting and stuff like that. And Shit, yeah, I'm
Oh, we
31.
stay in
We
there, man.
we still in the gym, bro. Like last year, I took it
Hey,
as a
30s
personal
the new
challenge.
20s, man. It's crazy. 40s the
Yeah.
new 30s, man. You know, so and we it's crazy, man, how so effective uh that is, man. Like you say, man, it's really risk to reward, man, because we risk a lot of time for the reward of a healthy lifestyle, man. And it's we just luckily individuals try to come in within the gurus. A lot of individuals try to come in. Brothers like Dr. Sebi try to come in and tell us about the sea malls, uh, man, the effective elderberries, man. You know, you have so
Burnout
many
root, yeah.
formulas, and yeah, man, formats of healthy status that you can take on, man. You know, eating right, you know, acquiring the right protein. You know, we got people who become vegans probably didn't even know what a vegan was 20 years ago, man. That's crazy.
Or just thought it
You
was some
know,
white people shit.
yeah, right, man. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't even know what that was. So, man, it's crazy, man. I see we got only a minute left on remaining meeting time.
Yeah. So it's 40 minutes, bro. I like this chat that we had. I'm after this one is out, I'm gonna just open it up and we'll piece them together. Just go
Okay,
ahead and share your screen and we'll run it through like that.
okay,
All right,
okay,
so just hang tight. I'm gonna close this now and start a new one.
okay. Man, okay, so I see how you do it, man.
All right, bro.
Like your
So
shirt, man. Making moves, man. Making
yeah,
moves.
make moves over excuses, man. That
Man,
cross.
no excuses.
Yeah,
Man, no
nah.
excuses.
Yeah. Man, I got a question, bro. So knowing what you know now, you and did the work. Actually, I got two questions. You and did the research. We take all, I'm knock on wood, hit that red. All your money disappear right now, man. You start, and I don't think you can do right now is get a $50 loan. So,
Mm.
what you doing? Are you for to play the? Can you make your play in the market, forex, options, gold? However you feel. Is there a way that you can come up off that $50?
Oh yeah, man. Like you say, it's risk to reward. Man, I'm definitely playing the market. I'm playing the market. The worst thing probably right now is for us to really entrust in the bank system right now, which when we in, I mean, some of us. So for a little y'all that don't know, what the bank does is what they call fractional reserving. When you go bring your money to the bank system, they automatically reinvest dump your money in the market,
Hmm.
whether that's JP Morgan, Bank of America, Capital One. I don't care how small they is, Wood Forest. Uh, they still trying to make they stamp like an astronaut. So uh, and that frantic. Well, what happens is they take when you come and invest, and this is where cryptocurrency came in, the encrypted market came in. So you go say like you go bring them $50,000, uh, and you turn right back around and what 30 minutes an hour, you tell them like, well, I made that investment too fast. I think I'm gonna need that money right back. Well, initially, uh, anything over it used to be a lot of people got a lot of numbers. It used to be anything over 5,000. Uh, right now, Joe Biden tried to come in and say anything over 600 can get you flagged. I don't think that rocked out like that in the law. And the law didn't come out
Hey,
good for him on that
nah, buddy, man.
one.
I need my money
So
on time, Joe.
yeah, man, you know.
Shit.
So, and where that came in fractional reserving is they're going to dump 90% of your money into the market. Only 10% of it stays right there in the account. So what used to happen is you would turn back around and say, like, I need that money back. Well, they would tell you, no, you have to wait 3 days. You're gonna have to wait 3 days to initially. You'd be like, well, hold on, this is my money. This is
So
my
that's what's
money.
going on when they all these 1 to 3 day business 1 to 3 business day waiting periods and stuff like that. That's because they don't have the money on file. And I can
Right.
see them. I can see you can probably say, oh, because we used to get banks used to get robbed a lot back in the days and whatnot like that. And yet you're saying that now it's because they dumping it, they going to make a play with it. And,
Correct,
okay.
correct, man. They making big plays with your money, man. And actually, if to say to keep up the pod, they just came out. I don't know if y'all know, Bank of America just had an incident where they was just showing, man, where the people was in there frantic. I mean, going ballistic. Like, what do you mean you don't have my money? They was telling somebody uh right there in the office, like, we don't have it. You know what? What do you mean you don't have it? And this is someone small time. So imagine someone a little big time.
Mm.
What are they doing with their money? But the larger investment, they don't want to. The larger your money, they don't want to piss you off. So definitely they playing with your money. But so those of bank tellers and things like that, thank the Lord how they came out and started letting the public know, because a lot of these things is public record now. You could go in and you can find this stuff out, man. Google it. You know, it's that dope. It's that dope right now. So as they playing with your money, well, why not be your own bank? Why not find out how they do? Because the same thing they do with APR, annual percentage rates, you know, annual percentage yearly, you're not getting the return that you used to get. I remember back in the day, you used to get, man, at least shit, hell, at one point you can get 7%. When the 7% went down to 5%, 5% went down to 3. Now it's at it's not even 1%. You're not even
Oh, that's wild. I remember like in sixth grade, I went to a school called the Mean Academy, and part of the curriculum we had to take a business class, and that was really on just a financial tip. And
right,
that moment, and I probably believe two other instances as a kid where they came in and the whole logic of banking was like, yeah, if you can put your money in the bank and it's gonna grow interest. They was teaching us about interest, and
correct.
that was you can think about it just okay, this is what they're telling kids. So we grew up believing like that. Our parents, they and their parents before them, they had the same uh, impression when it came to how to grow my money and what it means by saving my money and not
Correct.
blowing my money, because that's what we're really talking about here, not wasting your time or wasting your money, how to use that to grow. You can actually grow your money. You can actually Your money can be a seed. It's energy already, and it can be cultivated through not always leg work and taxing work, whatever you got to do, a job or career or anything like that. You can actually sit at home, get on your computer, get on your phone, and make that money work for you. You can put that money over
True.
here, send it there, and watch this play, watch that chart, whatever, and triple your money, double your money, all in an hour or less.
True. True.
So yeah, that's wild, man. That's where see, I don't even like I've really when I told you that I really was like to hell with the whole system and whatnot. I
Yeah.
I didn't even know that part. Like it went from because that was one of the wisest things. That's what they when people knew how to talk about money, this is what they told us. Just put your money in a savings account and it'll grow exponentially and whatnot over years
Correct.
and whatnot. And now that play is there at 1%. You said it's not even 1%?
Not even 1% no
That's
more, man.
ridiculous. So like what is the purpose of a bank? It will be the question for me at that point in time.
Truly. Well, at this point about it, it's like uh, the bank was usually for security, and well, it started out within the interest rates, the interest percentage of things. Like we're going to get a larger. I'm gonna put my money in the bank, uh, and it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow interest. But it was like it's yielding. It wasn't actually really growing because we was just counting on somebody else to take our money and do dynamics with it that it really wasn't liable to do. It really just couldn't do the dynamics of it. It wasn't there, So the way that they way that I flipping our money is they loaning it back to us, you know. Uh within the black community as
Sometimes.
well. Yeah. They loaned it back to us, man. So when you got the housing market, which that was a really large play for us, uh, what you got subprime lenders. Uh, man, my girl, uh, she's a collections agency uh, for the automobiles, and we talk about these things a little bit on how she can do numbers and to tell me how she can advise ways to kind of double up your price, double up your payments, and I'm thinking like, wow, that's not really what I want to do. I want to pay accurately to the point that I'm supposed to pay and still have some stabilization. Uh, but that's the way that it is. You have to double up. Nowadays, we have to have wow, more than two streams of income. If you're not more than one person in the household, it's crazy, man. So the supply and demand chain is really affected right now uh, due to the pandemic issues, the pandemic. The way that came and hit us all. So now we're in this phase. So what cryptocurrency came and did uh, was it became in, and let me tell you what blockchain. Blockchain is nothing but a Rubik's cube of faster transactions. So what happens, it makes these transactions faster. And so Bitcoin, whatever you want to say, the cryptocurrency is of the blockchain, blockchain, hollow chains, there's different ones. So they become a median for a faster transaction. So they came and started beating the banks. So the banks was like, well, we want to come, we gonna make you wait 3 days. Well, imagine somebody, the Satoshi, this individual come in like, nah, you ain't gotta wait 3 days. You can get that transaction in 5 minutes. What? Okay, wait. You fixing the market? Oh no, Uncle Sam can't have that though. Uncle Sam can't have that because see, they already implemented plans. They already got things like I say, it's already the matrix is already orchestrated, so they don't really want you doing that. No, you need to come through JP Morgan, you need to come through Bank of America and all these frantics and and hurry up and get that, you know, and just wait patiently. So while we flip your money, well, when they got it coming through, like, well, we'll diffuse that part. We'll be the median and give you your money a little bit faster, way faster. And that's what the new millennials started taking that on. And when they started taking it on, especially AMC, and they started making them, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I really kind of kicked myself a little bit that I missed a few of those plays, the AMC and the GameStop. Even the Doge,
Yeah, the GameStop.
you could have made a play on the Dogecoin at the early before it got hyped. Because one thing I am learning, man, once it is talked about, once it hits the mainstream, it's kind of like an underground artist. The real plays are only a select few know, and then once everybody hears about them, that means it's going to be on the radio all day. So it's not going to be the same play. It's like the play has already been made once everybody else has heard about it.
Correct. Once it hit the news, man, the play has been made like days ahead. That's what they say, man. If it hit the news, if it's already out, if it got a little bit of exposure, it's because the play has already been made. You by the time it comes out, hit newspapers, whatever news outlets, social media, it's been played. Dogecoin was already hitting 20 cent, man. I know cats that was buying that at, man, 2 cent, actually less than a fraction of a cent.
Yeah,
That they went wild, man. They
yeah.
went wild, wild crazy. Elon Musk made that uh sheesh, man, made that such a place, man. I think, and I also think that's the reason why they kind of coming for him now. Uh,
Because he
and
does
he's
move on disruptive time. It was somebody, I don't know if it was Joe Budden, but Elon, he kind of he can confuse you sometimes as like a triple agent, if that makes sense, because you
yeah,
think
yeah,
like,
right.
like you
Hey, you
say,
don't know who he working for or
yeah,
who he
man, because
working
like,
with,
oh, he
man.
for the people. Because one, I
Uh,
like I'm always on that don't hate the player, hate the game type of thing, and I see like he makes moves, it was like, okay, bro, just out here just fucking just having a great time. He came out with a flamethrower, dude. Like, how much is he really trying to cause harm for you or like really do whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or is he just somebody that just happened to be a genius and he has the accessibility to exercise his creativity?
Right.
And yet he does do things where it's like, bro, why is he doing this? Is he moving as a shield for a government and whatnot? And so I stopped caring about that, but I do get what you're saying about like, yeah, man, him running up that play for the Dogecoin, he tried. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's where I'm really speaking on. Like, was he? Did he really think he was gonna be able to run it up with like run Dogecoin up to $1, like to the moon? Could he have really done that, or was he just causing distraction and having people play around and waste their money? You
Oh,
know,
definitely, man. Definitely. I think he was definitely uh excavating excavating the public, man. He definitely was gave us the 1-2 fake, man. I think really he would have done it, because he was already on his way to being a billionaire. He had his eyes already set on something. Um, you know, I did he get caught into the politics of it? Yeah, like a lot of them did. I don't think they'll ever be totally for the whole, publicizing of everybody so that we can win. The market ain't built like that. It don't want us to win. You gotta go get it. You got whatever you win in this, man.
there's
You got
levels to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's levels to it,
Yeah,
man. And
everybody ain't
definitely,
LeBron. A lot of people can drill the ball or shoot a hoop, but everybody not
yeah,
doing that.
everybody ain't dunking.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't dunking. It's levels to heights. Some people born with it. Uh,
Or
uh,
find it, committed to finding it. Like that's yeah, that type of thing. But with that, man, I want to say, dude, we only probably got like 20 minutes left, a little bit like that. Um, still that question on uh how did you learn these things? Like how did you get in a position where it's like if you only got $50 left, where did you um find the sources to know like all right, with this $50 I can play the market and come up? Like how did you learn? How did you go about learning? Was it multiple sources and or is it what like really just a 1-2 format that you figured out and just had to perfect it? What happened?
Uh, like I say, I met man my brother Miles, man. Shout out to Miles Campbell, man. Man, the brother was totally dope, man. He was so ambitious about it. So one thing what we did was we took on a program. Uh, we went on uh we went on this program. It's a trade in IMF. You know, I don't know if y'all know about that, man. It's a good place. I mean, you have to pay like $200 a month, man. And it was teachers on there that was teaching algorithms that would teach you the harmonics. You went to just watching harmonics to actually learning how to draw your quarter theory, your pips and profit. Uh, it'll ask you, certain questions. So, and with that being said, man, you learn how to take a little bit and turn it to a lot, man. So you definitely gonna it's everything is it's about risk, man. I learned how to take all of that like that, man. To take the whole risk from the forefront and just that alone, man. So pick you a major pair, something against the USD, mark up your chart, and it may, you may have to wait a couple hours. You got 4 sessions. You got the New York Stock Exchange bell that's going to ring at 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, and you have the London session, which you have 4 sessions. Sydney, Tokyo, London, and New York session. Now, I would definitely say wait for the New York session. It has most of the most volume in it, and make your play, man. Make that one play that one time, because that's all it takes. It's like Nas, man. All it takes is one mic, man, and you betting a lot on it. You drastically taking a hell of a measure, but it's worth it, man. It's worth it. Because what you ain't gonna do is get it in the bank. You ain't gonna put it in the bank. You ain't gonna have somebody that's gonna come flip that for you. it's too small. $50 is too small to invest in housing market. What is the car market? What other market can you run besides the game? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go out there and run that. You know, the
You,
risk is the risk ain't worth the reward.
you can't
You
even
know,
do nothing with
especially
$50. Like I don't
yeah,
even know
can't do
what
nothing
a
with fifty
company
dollars.
can make with that.
Can't do nothing with $50, man. Can't do nothing with
Oh,
fifty
damn.
dollars,
All right.
man.
So look, man, off the phone, man, you said you were doing your thing with Trading View. And on TradingView, are you able to do Forex, cryptocurrency, and play the options?
No, you don't play the options on there. I play the options on TD Ameritrade.
Okay.
Uh, so TD Ameritrade, I got TD Ameritrade, Webull, in which I invest my energy efficiency company in a nice stock, man, is HPK, High Peak Energy, man. If y'all listening, that's in Texas. If you're in Texas, man, it ran up like man, 100 and something percent. Right now, I think I'm at like 140%
And you
on
said this is
return, man.
HBK.
Yeah, HPK Energy. It's an energy company based out of uh, I want to say Odessa, Texas, something like that. And I met the individual. Well, I met the individual one day doing what I do at work, and kind of a cat hopped in my car and said, gave me that investment. And ever since then, I played it. Now, one thing I'm learning to do now is play things that's going to give dividends. General
Right,
Electric,
right,
you
right.
know, and what is dividends? You got aristocrat dividends, you got king dividends, you know, you got these different dividends. Learn these terminologies, learn these names, man,
And
to for what you
dividend
invest in.
is when you're the company that you may be holding some shares in, they'll pay you a monthly or quarterly sum just for your participation.
Correct, correct. It's a, you know, it's building passive passive income, man. You know, it's something that's going to pay you, continue to pay you, that you can hold your shares in, and you can invest in the IPO. You know, you have your initial point offerings, and you have your ICO, initial coin offerings. Um, man, that's you want to know about those, you know, because within this cryptocurrency fragment, what you got them is the coins, your digital assets. It's coins now. Actually, the Feds is making supposed to make with you tokenomics. It's supposed to make a coin, so it's crazy. So I invest a lot of people get into it, man. You got your Web 3 that's here now, that's surfing around. I wouldn't be surprised if they supposed to come out with Web 4 real fast, man. It's man, for us, you know, just just make a initial payment somewhere, man. Dive somewhere. I'm not saying do a bit of research, you know, on the product, the CEO of the companies, who's moving it, who's managing it. Make sure they not supposed to be in no shit like Sam Friedman with FTX.
Right, right. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, man, that was a real crazy experience. But it's supposed to be a lot of things that go on like that. The SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, is supposed to come after a lot of people, based off of they can't have everybody millionaires. You know, they don't want you. They don't want you out here like that, man. They need you to be enslaved, hands and mind. You know, they need to conduct you. You know, without you, you know, you move the market. You move your enslavement is what moves the market. Your working hands is what moves the market. And there's experiences right now with the job market, and to say that individuals, employers is having a problem with that. You know, so you have the millennials like, work. I don't have to work. I can be creative. I'm gonna be creative in my own mind. You know, why create you wealth when I can start from the bottom on my own?
Hmm.
Man, fabulous, fabulous, man.
So real quick, man, and this this last little section of the show, I want to see if you can take us on the trip. Your little brother is asking you, hey man, I got this paycheck, man. But I ain't even trying to go to the club no more. None of that, man. Look, I don't even want to be outside. It's too cold. The cops is at the store every time and all kind of stuff like that, man. What can I do with this money? Can you I'm hearing some good things about Forex. Could you give me a quick little walkthrough? Where should I go? How should I get started with that? Could you do that? Could you share your screen and help me with that?
Uh, yeah, man. I don't know whether this now
It doesn't even have
one
to be
thing your first
Forex, to be
yeah,
honest with
yeah.
you. Yeah, yes.
One thing you want to do is first and foremost, you're gonna have to download your platform in which you could trade off of. You know, that's going to be uh what we would call your broker. It used to be MetaTrader 4, used to be now you need you can't even download it off an iPhone, man. It don't went that bad. Now, what you can do is you want to get with you a broker. Uh, I own the you got Hugo's Way, you got Trader's Way, and I'm with Prosperity Forex. So that's one that's pretty good, man. That uh they not really shady or nothing like that, because those is offshore brokers. Now, you know, these is what you want to do small time, and you know, don't worry about it. But you have to make executive executions like on point. So you get with your broker, you make your initial little payment. They don't require you to make nothing but, you know, at least $50, if I'm not mistaken, of all of them now. Uh, until you get the raising. Now, what you want to do and what you make your point with your broker and pick you one pair, pick you one good pair. You got Euro versus uh, Canada, uh, Euro versus USD, GBP versus JPY. These are strong pairs that you can make you something in. I wouldn't say don't go and gold. Gold is volatile, moves very fast. Wait, you know, make you two or three trades. Man, it's what you're going to do is what you're going to be scalping. You know, do not supposed to be in an intraday trade because you can't hold it. You don't have the leverage with that small amount. Uh, but man, at $50, I would say, man, at least you know you're gonna take some. Don't get scared off of your first because you're gonna take some losses off your first time. Now I don't know, you know, you jumping in, know somebody that can really help you. Get with somebody that can really show you the steps, the necessary steps, that can be there with you to say, give you the plays on the algorithm and to say what's resistance, what's your support. They're gonna give you all the support to you and to say that you know they're gonna give you your first three, four, four trades. Uh, but your main part is you need a median. You need something to talk for you, and which that's your broker. You know, get you a broker. Get on a platform now. We're Trading View, and then you know get on Trading View. It's free for
And what are
your
you doing on
basic.
Trading View?
What you're doing on Trading View is watching your plays, your indicators. Like you say, your moving average, you know, your volume indicator, download you at least those two, uh, and watch the chat for a second. You know, they have a chat where individuals that's experienced in there is really making some strong plays. Now, I'm not saying they all good. Now, I'm not saying they all winning. Uh, now, for the most part, they also have things like IMF. You know, now IMF, you're gonna make you an initial payment, you know, of that 200. Now you can't do that. Now for some, I advise you that just find you that one broker is gonna you're gonna have to enter your information. They're gonna ask you for your ID, your social security card, everything like that, man. Don't be scared, man. I know a lot of us, you know, back we like, I ain't doing that. Yeah, I ain't giving my information to nobody. He ain't gonna scam me. He ain't, no, man. It's all good. It's all good. Definitely. And like I say, pick that one pair. Uh, if I was to say any pairs, uh, Euro USD, uh, you know, they used to call it JPY, GBP. Man, that's a strong pair. It's good. It's not too volatile. You got the Canadian and the easy uh African red. You got the Mexican peso against the US dollar. That's pretty good too. These is just small ones for us, your first ones. You know, you got so many in there. Uh New Zealand versus your Swiss, franc Swiss, that's a good one. Uh, Man, and I mean, pick that one pair and play with it for a while. Matter of fact, just look at the market a couple of days and watch how it moves. Watch the volatility for a second. And not to say to take that first $50, man. Uh, get with a play that's somebody that's doing it, and take the play, and watch them and rock with it, man, and then take all the risks, you
Now,
know.
how would you go about um doing the research to educate yourself? And does it necessarily have to be $200 a month that I'm paying to IMF?
Uh, it does because that's their deal. They might give you some play off the first initial payment, but it's worth it, man. You're gonna have to get with that system. Now they're gonna teach you within the first fragment of things how uh the market really plays, how it is a $6 trillion market a day. Um, the things that the market does. It's gonna be some teachers that's in there teaching you, man. You got Dr. Spills, man, that's teaching you about colors. Hey, man, the brother is winning. Man, brother right there down there in Houston. Man, you got so many teachers that's gonna teach you. But what you want to do is take that information and then put your own twang to it. You want to put your
Tailoring
own
it to
look.
your
Yeah,
process, to your flow.
correct. Correct, to your strategy that you understand. It's not completely going to be theirs because they're going to take on new strategies. The market reformulates, man, weekly. It's something else going on within it. Uh, so basically, yeah, get with that, and you don't have to get with IMF if you know how to get with a broker. If you know somebody personally that can instruct you how to get with a broker, like I say, man, you can Google it though, man. You got Traders Way, Hugo's Way, uh, all these different brokers, man, and they'll it's no initial, it's no that $50 can get you in. Now that $50, what you're gonna do is put that in a wallet. You're gonna trade that wallet platform to your platform. It's gonna make an internal transfer. When you make that internal transfer to put it in the market, then you ready to play, man. Ameritrade is free. You have to sign up a bit to you have to get your mark in, which is like enter your information, and it takes some time for them to see that okay, you're cool, have you a legit bank account, and they'll let you make the plays. They'll let you trade, they'll let you do options. Options is really hidden, man. If you know how to read charts, you know, know how to read charts, it ain't nothing but a put and call, buy and sell, which is put and call. So, uh,
So,
you're gonna leave it in there. Hopefully, it hits over that certain amount of numbers when when all said and done,
hmm,
man. And then you take that and then you reinvest it and keep reinvesting it. Once you make 50, you turn 50 into 100, whatever after that, you take that same 50 out, take that 50, slide it to the side and hope to do it again, and then that's what you keep doing, I mean, then you play with the 100, but you got 50 already to the side. Once you play with that 100, you might take that to some numbers. You double that and you take half of that and cut it out, cut it back, and man, what you do with that money, don't tell nobody.
right,
don't,
right on, right on.
don't tell nobody until you build it,
Yes,
until
sir.
a certain number, man, until you build it to a point that your leverage is a little too high to knock you out.
Excuse me. So, all right, man, going get ready to close this out. Um, And thank you once again for being on the show, man. And thank you for the game. You
Hey
really
man,
have.
thank you.
You opened it up, man, to a point where it is on the listener to go do that research, go find it out, and yet you
Right.
have given us some gems when it comes to not only bringing yourself, putting yourself in the best position to make these trades or to financial freedom
Correct.
through
Right.
financial literacy.
Right. For financial
Uh,
literacy.
so I mean, man, it's I sense that this conversation has a lot more because it is not just it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's something that you have to be acclimated to. And
Correct. Right.
what I would say, since we didn't really get a chance to go to the screen, why did you? My question would be why did you expand outside of Forex?
Um, the economic, the economy is that broad. I wanted to. I had a broad vision, big dreams. I couldn't stop at one place, man. I wanted to do like every other brother that had such a deep and uh, pattern of things, man, that they wanted to go to heights so far uh, that the heavens wouldn't even stop. It was like, man, it's like it's there, man. I dream big, man. I dream big, and unless you do, man, don't never limit yourself. My girl said that a lot, man. We have small talks and things like that, man, to the point. Even I do that, sometimes, I stop the thought. And I knew one thing about it was the market is that it's that vast. It's like a body of water. It's like a sea. So many things, so many different fish swimming out there. Man, you got the beauty of some fish, man, and then you got sharks and octopus, man, that'll gobble you up. So uh, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. One thing will lead to another. It'll teach you another one lesson on top of a lesson, and you'll get a broader vision that you'll take on levels that you didn't even imagine that you could. And that's just you steady climbing the ladder, man. Once you do, really, it's no need to step back. Just keep climbing, man. Keep going to the top, man. There's going to be times that your foot is going to slip. You know, it rains. And with that, it's water on the ladder. That means just hold on. You got foot in, you got feet and hands. Hang on, grapple that thing. And just keep walking up, man. So within that, I man. I kind of get tongue twisted on that because I have came so far. I have came so far, and I have done so much searching and researching, and I don't stop. It's every day. Like I'm on my computer. I still work a 9 to 5. Man, it's crazy. I still work. Uh, I still work and I still got work to be done, still got work to do. I'm still doing the music thing, you know, so many different streams and avenues, man, man. So that's why I thank you, brother, for having me on here. Definitely. And I see this something like this going places, man. I'm telling you, man. I see you going places, man. We definitely gonna chop it up more. I'm looking to open up on other platforms and talk a lot more about this and economically and kind of share screens and to bring on what I'm actually talking about and show it. It's difficult to put in words, but I'm definitely going to be showing it on. So look forward to seeing us a lot more, man. Look forward to seeing me a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I do. It has been a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
I had my expectations. I like to visualize myself in a successful or just a place that I would desire to be. And man, so I didn't. truly know the questions I was going to ask. I had
Yeah.
some trains of thoughts and whatnot like that. And yet, man,
Great.
this has been a wonderful, glorious occasion, and
Great questions. Great
very
questions.
very very insightful, man. So like that, like you said, man, we are going to have to do a part 2, 3, or 4, how many, just because it is that deep, and it
Yeah.
sounds like man, you realize that it is a game, and that what the more comfortable, the more familiar you get with it, you actually can take the same type of principles and apply them in different areas and still
Great.
and find that success. So yeah, man, that's great. That's a lovely thing to see.
Great.
So yeah, man. Once again, I thank you for being on,
Hey.
man. And you are a field chaser, man.
Yeah.
You going against the grain, you taking that risk, man. And look, you
Hey,
ain't
bless.
you ain't mansions, but we're gonna say fuck it, man, because we are what we say we are.